Hey everyone, Sleepy Truck here with I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, um, review of Star Trek Discovery, Season 3, Episode 7, Unification 3. Okay, as we can tell, oh, sorry, spoilers ahead, please turn away if you don't want to see them. Okay, with that out of the way, let's discuss. As we can tell from the title Unification 3, this was most likely going to be the third part, spiritually at least, to the TNG episodes of Unification 1 and Unification 2, which was true. During the course of the episode, we find out that the planet Vulcan has been renamed Navarre. Why? Because it's home to both Vulcans and Romulans. They have united under one flag-ish, I guess, if you want to say that. Obviously, two very different peoples, even over centuries. There's still tensions between the people. Normal. Especially post-burn. That become even worse. Okay, so the storyline goes is that actually Burnham's hypothesis at this point has been that the burn has a point of origin. And getting these black boxes, she's been able to determine that, yes, there definitely looks like there's a point of origin, but they need more data. Using the newfound wealth of knowledge they've received from Starfleet headquarters, there was a project that was put together of subspace sensors that had a, as Burnham says, front row seat to the burn. But the official report from the sensor network, SB-19, if I remember correctly, was there was nothing to report, which seems a little weird. So as we find out, this project was controlled by Navarre. And if you're any kind of Star Trek fan, you know that the Vulcans can be stubborn at times. This project was a last-ditch effort by the Federation to attempt to come up with new form of post-dilithium stellar light travel. It kind of, from the description, reminds me of a Iconian gateway kind of thing. Instantaneous travel through a gate network. They're throwing a lot of Stargate references out there between Lower Decks and Discovery. Just throwing that out there. Makes me want to look at the writers to see if anyone has worked on Stargate before. I love Stargate. So, I digress. But through the science academies and everything on Navarre, they seem to think that the SB-19 data clearly states that this project, which they feel the Federation forced them to complete, even after they raised a few red flags saying, hey, this is not ready for prime time, we need to suspend it, caused the burn. They believe the data shows that they caused the burn. Okay, well, Burnham says they got enough evidence to say that, no, we don't believe that Navarre had anything to do with it. But they need that data to prove it. Obviously, there are political implications with releasing this kind of data. So, I won't go into specifics in this, but Burnham, being obviously the daughter of Sarek and the brother of Spock, who Spock is a renowned figure throughout Navarre culture because of his work in unifying the two lost tribes. Okay then. She uses her technical citizenship of Navarre to invoke time-honored traditions of scientific rigor and discovery to try to get that SB-19 data. I won't go into all the details because I'd have to watch the episode like 3 times to get everything in. I haven't done it yet. Let's just say she succeeds in the end through other means that finally didn't include insubordination. Okay, so just say, on that thing, she admits she doesn't know where she's going. She feels lost. If the Federation, being a member of Starfleet, is the right place for her, she is in line with the principles of the Federation, but maybe not the structure of the Federation or Starfleet. In the end, she feels that yes, she's home, and she feels that she needs to stay. My opinion is that in the end, she will leave Discovery and will go off with Giorgio. There was no talk of Giorgio. She wasn't even in this episode. That seems to be the Discovery trend, is that there are threads that are interwoven through the season, but they're not episode to episode to episode. You can have an episode or two skipped and it picks back up, which I think is actually realistic. It's annoying, frustrating, but I think it's more realistic than having predictable every episode, a little piece or cookie crumb every time. Okay, so there's a major spoiler. Remember from Picard, Enor was from that sect of Romulan society that believed in absolute candor. We find Burnham's biological mother, who is now a member of that sect and has been living on Devar. And through this traditional Vulcan practice to get the truth out that Burnham invoked, who ends up binding to Burnham as her advocate? Her mother. Didn't see that coming. That was a great turn of events. Now, we don't know what the data shows in the actual episode. The coming attractions for episode 8 shows that, yes, there's a point of origin and they located it. And it looks like there's going to be crazy stuff next week. Looking forward to that. In other news, obviously we know that there's been a lot of friction in the Federation, especially over the last 120 years, and it led to a lot of worlds leaving. When you're in turmoil, bad decisions can be made, and we start to see glimmers of that start to come through from when the president of Devar and Saru were talking about, and how she states that the SB-19 orders was just the thing that broke the camel's back, so to say, over the last 100 years. Or before that. I guess 20 years post-burn is when they left, so 100 years ago when they left the Federation. And it was the Vulcans that wanted to leave. Romulans wanted to stay. So as you can see, fractured society, but I think that's realistic. The fact that you have these monotheistical societies that are with no insurrections or no dissenting opinions within one group of people for billions of citizens of one species is ridiculous, let alone multiple species under the same flag. Like I said before, I like realism. Okay, so then there's one other thing. Kind of saw it coming. I think a lot of people were hoping it wasn't going to happen. And I think they may have threaded a needle very well. So obviously there's the position of number 1, which in my mind has always been a rank, which it really isn't. It's a position. Which kind of explains why there isn't a pip combination for first officer. And then I think it should be, but I digress. What happens? Tilly is asked by Saru to be his number 1 in an acting capacity. Okay, I can get behind that. And he explains his motivation even after Tilly says, I'm just an ensign. Which, once again, she's the voice of reason here. She has grown a lot. And Saru explains the reason why he is asking her to fill this position in acting capacity is because she has been able to adjust to all the changes and events that have happened and to grow more than most of the crew. And Saru wants her to help the rest of the crew complete this journey. Okay, I can see that. And to do that best, she kind of needs a position of authority. So for her to do this in an acting capacity, okay, it will definitely help her grow. Sometimes, especially through my career in the real life, I've done more growing when I've been thrown into the fire than I've been where I've just been slowly put into a position. Because when you're put into the fire, you're forced to make decisions. You're forced to do things that you might not do if you had to analyze it. You have to go with instinct and gut versus long scientific analyzation of the situation. We'll see. So right now, I'm tentatively okay with this. I think this is actually a decent call. It's actually just acting with a actual specific edict that Saru has given Tilly. I can live with that. I think this is good. It'll help her grow, and I think by the end, we will have a new first officer who will be from the future, join the crew, and Tilly will get a promotion to lieutenant first grade, or junior grade. I think that's the way this will work out. But we'll see. Discovery has surprised us before. So we're halfway through the season. So far it has been great. Now, every episode can't be perfect. I'd give this episode an 8 out of 10 on my sleep score. But we'll see where it goes from here. Oh, by the way, the Discovery still spins when it jumps. Just an FYI. So, like, subscribe, comment, notifications. Such a foreign concept. Since 99% of the people watching my videos are not subscribed. Well, I guess that's not true. Alright. My metrics are all screwed up. But, until next time, this is the Sleepy Trekkie. I'm out.